See, I think the Bible is less a story of people coming out of sin into salvation. I know it's the way a lot of us have treated it. It's less a story of people coming out of sin into salvation. It's more of a story of lost sons coming home. Remember, Jesus didn't say, I have come to seek and to save the sinner. But how many of you know Jesus saves sinners? Thank God for it, right? That's why we're here. But that's not what Jesus said He came to do. He said, I have come to seek and to save that which was lost. You say, well, isn't that a sinner? Oh, well, sure, in one definition of the word, but not in the definition Jesus used. Remember what He said about Israel. He said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So when Jesus said, I come to seek and save that which was lost, what was lost? Israel. But Israel was the sons. Israel was the family. Israel was the ones. Israel was the ones in God's favor and God's hand and God's will. So what does Jesus say? Not, I have come to seek and to save that which was a sinner, but I have come to seek and to save that which is already mine, but has lost its way. This is why I will do the irrational thing and leave 99 sheep behind while I go find the one that is lost. That's irrational. Nobody leaves 99 sheep behind to go find one that is lost, because grace is irrational. Because God's love for you is irrational. Because you haven't earned it, you haven't deserved it, and you never will. Yet God will leave 99 to go find you. You're that special. He loves you that much. It's irrational for a woman to spend every dime she has throwing a party to celebrate the one coin she lost and then found. And yet Jesus tells the story of a woman who's lost her most precious coin, turns the house upside down, finds it, calls her friends together and throws a party to spend that coin, throwing a party to celebrate the fact that she found that coin. That's irrational. Welcome to grace. It's an irrational move of God. It's irrational that He would love you so much He would celebrate to this extent, because He has found that which was lost. And I think the message the church needs in this hour is we have a bunch of scattered lost sheep who need to know the irrational love of their Father. They need to know the irrational love of their shepherd. They need to know the irrational love of that woman that would turn couch cushions over to find them. And you know what the third story was in those lost stories? A certain man had 2 sons. Yeah. Good old prodigal. That's the third of 3 stories in the Lost trilogy of Luke 15. And when that one son gets his inheritance, he goes off and slops hogs. And the other son takes his inheritance and goes out in the field and works. And one son says, I believe I'll go home and be as one of my father's hired hands. And dad meets him at the end of the way and gives him shoes and a robe and a ring and a fatted calf, and won't hear his speech about being a servant. All the while he has a son in the fields that's laboring away, breaking his back, serving his dad, whom he doesn't look at as a father, he looks at as a taskmaster. And he says, Father, how much have I done for you, and you've never killed the fatted calf for me? And the tragic answer is the one the Father gives the Son, the one I don't want you to live your whole life and never hear, that I don't want you to live your whole life and not understand. But having been in the church for 40 years, I'm afraid most of us have never actually comprehended what the Father said to the elder brother. While we're in church hearing the prodigal son, all we're thinking about is our drug-addicted cousin and our friend off in prison that's out slopping hogs and needs to get saved. And we don't realize that we have someone sitting in the pew next to us that's probably the elder brother out in the field working for a father he doesn't know loves him. And the tragedy is he's never even comprehended when the father says to him, Son, all that I ever had was yours. And the story of the prodigal son ends in tragedy, as an elder brother doesn't realize all that daddy had was mine. All I had to do was appropriate it through covenant. Just receive it as my own. So I think it'd be a tragedy today for me to leave and not inform you that all that the Father has for you is absolutely yours, and you can have it by faith. All you have to do is walk into Daddy's house and receive it.